and around in circles about trying to talk about and defining socialism. But at its core, I was intrigued by an op-ed that I saw not too long ago by a Democrat from Cuba commenting on one of our colleagues, an avowed socialist, and essentially pointing out the extent to which democratic socialism is a lot like the system my family fled, except its proponents promised to be nicer when seizing your business. And that's the truth. That's the truth here. And so we can talk about these terms as if they don't matter, but they do. They do matter. They're actually at the core of who we are.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Congress Flash. If you are a lover of politics, you are in the right channel. Please like, share our videos, and subscribe for more recent politics. So, imagine sitting in a government hearing and someone pulls up something you said nearly 2 decades ago just to light a fire under today's debate. That's exactly what happened when Congressman Chip Roy confronted Maxine Waters with a bold quote from 2008, and what followed: total chaos. Today, I'm breaking down exactly what happened, what it really means, and why this might be about more than just politics. It might be about the future of America. Let's get into it.
Who we are.
During what was supposed to be a pretty...
I've got one question for the ranking member. Ranking member Waters, in a 2008 hearing, you said, quote, "And guess what this liberal will be all about? This liberal will be all about socializing, would be about basically taking over the government and the government running all of your companies," end quote. Simple question, do you stand by that statement?
Simple answer. I am here today in this Rules Committee because we're taking up time with basically a non-issue. First of all, you claim that socialism has engulfed this country, that it keeps creeping, it's going to take over private businesses, et cetera, et cetera. That is not happening. We're in a democracy that we're trying very much to not have disrupted, undermined in the way that...
So then, reclaiming my time, the gentlelady denounces your previous statement then, and do not accept that previous statement that you think you would take over these private businesses?
I'm not a socialist. I'm a capitalist, and I commit to you that I am here to save Social Security, to save Medicare, to save seniors and veterans, and for some of you who have adopted certain kind of ways that you support what you now claim is socialism, I'm here to say to you, come on.
So this liberal will be all about socializing, will be all about basically taking over and the government running all of your companies. You disagree with that? You now denounce that statement?
I am not a socialist.
Okay.
All right?
So I appreciate the response. I think that to the extent that one has a concern as a member of this body or as an American watching this, one has concerns when we hear statements like this, and that's not the only one. And statements by some of our colleagues on the other side of the aisle extolling the virtues of socialism, as I just pointed out, a nicer way of confiscating businesses, a nicer way of confiscating the assets and the means of production.
During what was supposed to be a pretty standard Rules Committee hearing, Chip Roy flipped the script. He brought out an old quote from Maxine Waters that said, "This liberal will be all about socializing, the government running all of your companies." Yup, that's a direct quote from 2008. Now, whether it was sarcasm, taken out of context, or a Freudian slip, that line has resurfaced with a vengeance. And Roy didn't hesitate to ask, "Do you still stand by that?" Maxine Waters wasn't having it. She fired back quickly, "I am not a socialist." She called the hearing a waste of time, said the quote was being twisted, and clarified that her focus is on saving programs like Social Security, Medicare, and supporting veterans, not taking over private companies. Her tone, unapologetic. Her message, crystal clear. But the damage was already done. That quote was out in the open, and now it's part of the national conversation again. Then came a twist. Chip Roy referenced an op-ed from a Cuban-American Democrat who fled the Castro regime. The point? That democratic socialism, while it might sound nicer, echoes the very system their family risked everything to escape. The message, whether it's through force or friendly policy, Government control of private business always leads to the same dangerous destination. Less freedom, more power in the hands of the state. Pretty powerful stuff. Hey, if you've made it this far, and you're into sharp political breakdowns like this, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. I break down moments like this every week, cut through the noise, and keep it straight with no fluff. You won't want to miss what's coming. Alright, let's keep going. So here's the big question. Was Chip Roy delivering a truth bomb, or just stirring the pot for political points? It's not the first time socialism has been invoked as a scare tactic in Congress. But at the same time, there's a growing movement on the left that genuinely supports ideas like government-run healthcare, universal basic income, and housing as a right. Are those socialist ideas, or just bold policy in a modern democracy? This is bigger than Roy versus Waters. This is about the ideological crossroads America is standing at right now. So, was this all political theater, or is it a real sign of where we're headed? Let me know what you think in the comments. Is democratic socialism just a friendlier mask for government overreach, or is it a necessary evolution for a fairer society? Either way, one thing's clear, this debate is far from over, and we'll be right here breaking it down every step of the way. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button if you found this useful, and as always, stay sharp, stay informed, and stay questioning. See you in the next one.